Please remain seated while the train is in motion. And in unlikely event that the cabin depressurizes, oxygen masks will lower from the ceiling. Alrighty. Okay, I'm just going to pull the brakes now.
Good brakes.
These are emergency brakes.
Oh.
These are the brakes. Linda's equipped with brakes as well. They are technical, no corkscrew brake, the brake shoe. But what it was originally, these were the brakes that the brakie would throw into the wheels of the coal car. They're called sprags. The wheel would come up underneath the chassis, lock onto the chassis, lock the wheel, and that slows down the train. Oh God. So that was up to the brakie at the time. Sounds like a great job, doesn't it? Right on. Now, there's a problem with that, is that the guy could break his wrist or lose his thumb because of the action of the coal car rolling. So, in order for him to be careful not to do that, the brakie would not hold his thumb like I'm holding it here, like a baseball bat. His thumb would be on the same side as his fingers, so that way the drag breaks free. His hand is over. You can always tell a guy at the bar who worked his sprags because he held his beer the same way. In fact, I hear Dawson holds his Slurpee that way. True story?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Hi. All aboard! We need keys for this train.
Oh, no doubt.
There we go.
What kind of voltage are these things run on?
What's that?
Voltage.
Voltage, this here is 96 volts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I got the engine of Linda running. Can you guess what makes Linda go? Good guess, but no. It's battery operated. Linda, the locomotive, is about 90 years old, came out of the factory with batteries. We use 8 12-volt deep cycle RV batteries now, but originally they would have been tractor batteries, like 2-volt batteries. These RV batteries last Linda all day. I run 6 tours a day, not a problem. Okay, Dawson, brakie, are we safe to go? Did you look down the line? Okay, here we go. You tell me when you see any obstacles, okay? All right. All right, we got to push now. Well done, Dawson. Dawson spotted the rope, the obstacle in the path. He did make eye contact with me. He did signal me. In the mine, it's often pretty noisy with the train, so I wouldn't actually hear a guy whistle or yell at me. What I'd be looking for is his light. That's why he signals with the light. Now, how they found coal here was, well, the Blackfoot, the Siksika people knew about coal always, but they didn't use it as a fuel. They used it for other things, but they didn't use it as fuel. But some of the explorers like Peter Fidler and Anthony Henday, when they came out, they discovered the coal, they made note of it, they reported Hudson's Bay Company and their superiors, and eventually the government of Canada in 1884 sent a young 24-year-old geologist out west to look for the mineral wealth of Western Canada. While he was down here, this young guy, he found two things. he found a fossil, a skull of an Albertosaurus. And apparently, how he found that was he discovered a seam of coal. He got out of his canoe, he was looking at the seam of coal. He discovers the largest domestic deposit of coal in North America. And he's so taken by that, he takes a step back, trips over a rock, and the rock turns out to be the fossil of an Albertosaurus. That is legend. So I would take that with a huge grain of salt, if not a salt lick. But what is true is that on the same journey, Joseph Turrell found the coal seams and he found the fossils that created the fossil rush and the coal rush of Drumheller. So we have come to a stop here. There is a barrier in the way. In the mines they had barriers. This road was just for the safety of pedestrians. But in the mines they had doors made of brattice cloth or gunny sack and wood. And their function was to redirect the air to the parts of the mine where the men were so they'd have fresh ventilation. Now, in the Drumheller Valley mines, it was up to the brakie to open those doors. So how it would work in the mines of Drumheller is the train wouldn't even stop. The train would just slow down, the brakie would hop out, run ahead of the train, get the door, open that door, let the train pass, close the door, catch up to the train, hop back into the coal cars. Does that sound safe, Dawson? Not safe at all. No. So we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it
Some
big
young
rugby
guys
style.
do that.
Now, they did
not
have
cool
these
guys.
in Drumheller too, but they were very early on. They were trappers. So they were guys stationed at the door, and they waited for the ponies or the train to come by and open it up and let the trains pass through. So I need a couple of brakies or trappers, young people who'd like to be volunteers to open the ropes for me. Do I got any volunteers here? Over here. What's your name? Jordan, you want to come out? What's your name? Victoria. If you want to come out, Jack can come out too. Use the bumpers. Use the bumpers, guys. Indiana Jones part. Jordan? All right. And it says Jordan on your pants too, does it? It does. All right, on. And Victoria. All right, come with me. Okay, so just go to the ropes. Victoria, you take that rope from there. You take this rope from here. Take it off the hook. Take it right off the hook.
Just looks up.
Do you know why there's so much coal where the dinosaurs are? Do you know what coal is made from?
Largest coal deposit.
Organic material. So it's like a rock made from organic material. So from dead things, dinosaurs, there's a lot of coal from them. And then all of the plant life and things like that. So as it's put under pressure in the layers, it pressurizes.
Those look like train
So
transport.
either get fossils, which form between the layers, or they turn to coal.
Did you call them Mickey?
Oh, they all got miners caps on with it when you're going
What?
What did he call them?
Those are train transports.
They're rail ties.
No, those are zombies.
Tunnel tours meet here.
Look at how it's pretty well even there now. It's not one
Good
day.
job, guys. Okay, we can get back in the train, use the bumpers.
That's cute.
Good job. Good job. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be something. That'd be
we met this morning. He's in the yard today, volunteering. He is a fifth generation coal miner, as I said. His family came to Drumheller from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. And his grandfather started working in the mines as a trapper. So he was doing that job of staying in that position the entire shift, opening the door, letting the ponies or the trains go by and closing the door. Now there in that mine, that was a 6-day-a-week job, 10 days, 10 hours a day, and they did not supply the trappers with a lamp. So he's in the dark for the entire shift. And out of concern that that guy is going to wander off and get lost in the mine, they literally tied him to a post. Now, Bob's grandfather, when he started doing that job, 8 years old. How old are you, Jordan?
6.5 years old.
Can you stand up, please, Jordan, for a minute? So Jordan is 6.5. Imagine children just a little bit older than him being expected by mom and dad to go underground for 6 days a week, 10-hour days. Bob's grandfather was so tired at the end of the shift, his own father had to lift him up and carry him home. Thanks, Jordan. You can sit down. Drumheller Valley, we did not hire children like that. That was cruel. You had to be 12 to work there. How old are you, Dawson? Oh, okay. I got a quick story to tell you about my friend Hartley. Hartley Patton was a pony driver here at the Atlas Coal Mine. He came here, he just turned 17 years of age, and he ran away from home. His grandpa said, if you want to work in a mine, I got a friend who works in the mine, just have to tell him you're 18. Hartley came to the mine. The boss asked him, how old are you, son? He couldn't lie. He was honest. He said, I'm 17. And the boss said, I'm not hiring you today, but come back tomorrow with your lunchbox and be 18. So he did, and he was 18. But I've met guys as young as 12 years old working at Drumheller Valley mines, even in the 1950s. Your age was negotiable. All right, I'm going to hop aboard Linda. We're going to go down the track. Dawson, we got one more thing to keep an eye out for, and that's the end of the tracks. There's going to be an orange fence post. When you see the orange fence post, we got about 20 meters left. So keep an eye on that and just shake your head once we run out of about that much room, okay? No pressure. All right. Go for a little bump. Bump. Well done, Dawson. We ran out of track. You spotted it. You see the lead plenty of time. Good job. A lot of brakies forget that job, and then I have to do it all by myself. So well done. So it looks like we've come to the end of the line, but we haven't. We got another rail line just going beyond us here on the other side of the tipple. So it wasn't actually the waterman's job to throw the rail switch. Guess whose job it was? It was the brakie's job. Dawson, you want to throw the rail switch? It's only 700 pounds. Sure, okay, use the bumper, come up this side of the
700.
If you folks want to see what we're doing, just use the bumpers, climb over on this side, and we'll go to the front of the train. Underside, Dawson. Yeah.
Going in and out.
Okay. All right, we'll stop right here for a second. We're gonna get this rod right here, and it's about as long as a hockey stick and it's very heavy.
You think you can do it? Or you want some help? There you go, you almost got it.
It's almost there.
There you go.
There you go. Okay,
Good
bring
stuff.
that guy over here.
Good job, big guy.
There you go, Michael. Go look quick.
Okay. Now we're gonna go over here. Take your rod with you.
Good job.
Okay. Stand on the platform if you can. We're gonna face this rail. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna move this rail away from this rail, so that this rail comes into contact with this rail. You'll use this rod. So stick the rod in maybe there, and use it like a lever, big lever. Okay, watch your face. Don't hit yourself in the head. Get her down below the rail. There. Now try it again.
Keep going, you're doing
Keep going.
good.
You're doing great.
It's just about there. Keep going till
Okay.
it says stop.
Now slide it down here and try it a little bit more. Almost there. Get it below the plate. Maybe just get a little to the left there. Perfect. Try that. Oh yeah, there we go. We got her. Well done.
All
Okay, I'm gonna
right.
give the last cinch. Good job, Breaky. Okay, Dawson, you can put that back in the train. Leave about that much out so I can grab it again later. Well done, Breaky.
Oh, man. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay. Back to the back.
He sounds like he's had a hard day already.
Yeah. These are tough, man, trust me.
Oh dear.
Helmet came off of the headgear.
So the train tracks we're on are actually for the big trains, not for the small train like this. This train was underground. What was on these tracks here was the big box cars, the steam locomotives, that sort of thing. They came across the river on this old bridge here. There was a CP rail yard with 15 sets of tracks just on the other side. They would push box cars over the bridge onto this track, and they pushed them or shunt them all the way to the other side of the tipple. And that's how they got the box cars here. After the box cars are in storage, of course, they'd make trains and they'd pull out all the loaded cars and leave towards the rail yard and into out of the valley. Drumheller coal went all over Western Canada. It went all the way to Vancouver Island, all throughout the prairies, and into Ontario and Quebec. In Ontario, as far as Ottawa, Toronto, Thunder Bay. So it did penetrate quite a ways into Ontario. But it was a domestic coal, and it was a high pollutant coal. So it was a soft coal, didn't preserve very well, and so transporting it a long ways away, it seemed to break down a little bit and just didn't seem to last. Now, of course, we changed our demand for coal. We switched away from coal to other fuels, but I'll talk about that in the next stop. Any questions before we continue?
The soft coal, did you have to put it in a covered boxcar rather than
Covered boxcar, yes.
rather than an open one?
Yes. So they typically use box cars here rather than hopper cars or gondola cars like they might use in British Columbia today or Nova Scotia with the hard bituminous coal. Yeah. And the box cars were the intermodal of the day. So one day a box car could haul grain, another day freight, and yet another day coal. And the railway workers, their job was to sweep out the contents of the box car before it came to the coal mine. But they didn't have to do that because the housewives of East Cooley would sweep out all the grain out of those box cars to feed their chickens and their cows. Very, very smart.
Oh, okay.
Get off the side.
Here we go.
gauge on these tracks are the same as what's normally used?
No. Well, these are the same gauge you use in the mines, but this is not like standard rail track. This
Oh,
is
because you said
36.
they brought them box cars, they were different gauge.
Different gauge.
Oh,
So they narrow
okay.
these lines
I know your job is important, but do you have to have a special certificate to drive this?
Well, we actually self-regulate. So we have an agreement with the insurance company that we have experienced motormen on site. And so Bob trains me, and I train Bob, and we train our staff, and it has to be to a standard that our insurers and our Parks Canada will agree to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. All told, out of this coal mine here, 5 million tons of coal was extracted, brought out in coal cars just like these, brought into the tipple. The tipple sorted out the 5 million tons of coal, put them in box cars. Now box cars, they went to market, like I said, all over Western Canada. In the valley, 60 million tons of coal was extracted. To give you an idea how much coal that was, that's between 1911 and 1979. 60 million tons of coal. If you were to put them in box cars, like the box car we have by the tipple, that's a 40-ton car, you need 1.5 million box cars to fill with Drumheller coal. If you can make one train out of all those box cars, 1.5 million box cars, point it straight east out of East Cooley, that's a train long enough to wrap around the world and come back into East Cooley with a few box cars of coal left over. So that's how much coal we dug, that's how much coal we burned. It's all in the atmosphere now, so nothing to worry about. But even today, Alberta still uses coal. Every 2 years, we extract 60 million tons of coal. So where it took several generations for Drumheller to take out 60 million tons, the province now takes them just 2 years. So we still are a major coal player. Now, of course, we're facing climate crisis. The United Nations calls it global boiling. So we do have to do something about what we've done in the past. So yes, talk to your mayors. Yes. Mostly out of power plant areas. So they used to use Sheerness, just east of here, about 100 kilometers away. That one's closed down. They switched that to natural gas. So natural gas is what they're switching a lot of the coal away to. Natural gas burns cleaner, but not as clean as, let's say,
We're going to be going wider.
well, thank you so much for being pushed and pulled and bumped around in the coal cars today. Thank you, Jordan and Victoria. And a big round of applause to Dawson for being my brakies and my trappers.
Yay!
And whenever you're ready, just use the bumpers on the platform side. Come on this side. Rob will start it.
Okay. You're going to go on the other tour there, huh?
But I'll let him go up.
Okay, there you go, Michael. Go with your mom.
Excuse me. Okay, what do we got here?
Stop following me. Look at all these guys. Oh, forgot about this. Hi guys, I'm here back in the video. Today we're at Alberta at a old mining museum. Which was all here. This is number 7. Number 2. I'm not gonna tell none of them. But nice. So yeah, let's get on to the video.
Here's the information. The what? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's cool.
Look at that, batteries. Look at those batteries. These are old batteries, guys. Old batteries. This machine's all electric.
Gravity. So they use gravity to their advantage to get the coal inside the tunnel. They use gravity. Yeah. Well, there. So they have to
Pretty cool.
Michael, do you want to go back up there again?
Huh?
Do you want to go back up there again?
I'm going back up there, not myself.
Oh, this was the timbering machine. See, it would push the timbers up, see here? push them up in place. That was a hydraulic thing.
What?
Temporary machine.
Oh, I see. Safety machine.
Oh, that's another locomotive. And that's another locomotive. Wow. This locomotive's so cool. I wish I was born back then.
This is the whole museum. Oh, yeah. Isn't that lovely?
Up here. Let's go over to that. Let's go over to that car. Take a look at all these old cars. Wow. Look at that mountain. Wow. That right there leads up to the mine. And that's all where the coal goes in. And they load the coal into one of these box cars. So yeah, pretty cool. I wish you can go on this, but you can't. But this is pretty cool, guys. Wow. I really badly want to do it. Look at this. This is railroad ties right here. And then the track right there, and that's the track right there. Wow. Pretty cool. And these tracks are wider than those tracks right there. Wow. More railroad ties. This is a railroad tie, and this is a railroad tie. I think this is not a railroad tie, but I believe it is. This is a box car. Nice. Made out of wood and metal. I don't know what this even is. So yeah. Still, wow. You know what that is? There, guys? That is a winch. Old school winch. Runs on battery power. Plus there's one that runs on steam as well. But I want to see the steam one. Look at this, guys. Look at this. I want to make you guys can read this. That's all high handwriting. That's pretty cool. I forgot the name of this. I should have forgot the name of that. Let me know in the comments what the name of that again. There's what? That goes right here, I believe. It's supposed to be a door. Where's the door? There's a door on there. Huh, weird.